I couldn't help but love you. From the moment we met, I couldn't help but want you so. You gave me all I needed, and though life at times may pull us apart, yeah, and the skies above us ain't always blue, it can never stop this longing I got from the start. Yeah, you know it's true. Hey, you know it's true. Couldn't help but love you. You were the answer to my lonely cries. No, I couldn't help but feel you were sent for me. I prayed alone so many nights. Someday we'll laugh at all the hard times, and we'll look back with sentimental tears through all the passion plays and tossed away pride. We'll lay aside our fears and let love be our guide. Oh, no, I couldn't help but love you. Darling, even if I tried, no, I couldn't help but love you. My heart was yours and would not be denied. Oh, no. My heart was yours and would not be denied. Oh, no.
All right, here I am. I'm talking to Karen right now. Karen Lawrence is live on the Who Magoo, and I go, "Are you ready to go?" Oh, we have so much fun off air.
I'm ready to, yeah, right. Oh, okay, let's straighten up. Straighten up now.
Yeah, no. Get together now. Oh, my God, so much fun. Karen Lawrence again.
For real now.
Thank you, and I love it when
Who Magoo?
Who Magoo, I give her a call and go, "It's Magoo." Is it Mr. Magoo? And, oh, man, we talked last fall, and, you know, one of the great things, Karen, I always remember you talking about how much you just love, obviously love music, but you'll play songs when you like over and over and over again. And I remember you telling me that, and I do the same thing. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I love.
But you get inside it that way. You get inside it, and then for me, like this one particular tune that I was just sitting here working with, I thought I had recorded it, and I just went on a trip lately where I drove like 20 hours, 2 days, 20 hours, and I wanted to take it with me, so I was looking all for it, and I couldn't find it in my track sheets. I can't believe I didn't do that. So even though I was getting very little sleep because I was excited about, planning for my trip and packing and all that stuff, I got up at 4 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m. I said, okay, that's it. I've got to do this. Just have to lay it down. So I laid it down, and I was so happy. I took it with me on my trip in my car, and I listened a million quadrillion times, and then turn it off, and then your ideas start to go, right? They start to flow, and more ideas come, and saxophone parts and improved background vocals. And, I don't know. Is there something wrong with that? Is something wrong with playing things over and over?
It's fun because I'll get these great tunes, those Lucky's Train that I got from the head honchos, and I just love that beginning. And a lot of my opening tracks on my show, I'll play that way. He's playing the same thing this week, like a lot.
Oh,
and,
that's fun.
That's a lot of things. And again, Blue by Nature is your fabulous band with Fred on the guitar. Karen Lawrence is my guest again on the Humagoo. Thanks again. Tell us a little bit about the LA Jets, and all that fun stuff from the beginning, a little bit for all the fans tuning in.
LA Jets, I was recruited out of a bar band. Bar band I'd been in for a long time. I'd been in about 2 different bands in high school. So I was about 19, I guess, and I was recruited out of this bar band and down around the Disneyland area, Anaheim area, that area. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but in the LA basin, I guess. And so that band they were very serious. These were people who wanted to be signed. And I wasn't really there yet. I mean, I'm 19, I didn't really think about such things. Anyway, so they got serious, and that was, I told somebody recently, the drummer was very into sports, and so he named it LA Jets, kind of like LA and, some sports team. And that became that band, and we all did our best to write. In those days, I wrote basically 2 guitar tracks. And then what happened? So we got signed. We got signed to a production company, and in turn to RCA Records, and we recorded. Where did we record? We recorded at the fabulous record plant in Sausalito, California. Absolutely incredible experience. Fleetwood Mac was in there doing their famous, what is that called? Reflections, the big one, the big album, where
Rumors.
She and Lindsay were fighting. Rumors. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. We weren't allowed to go in the hallways when they were there because these fights were going on, and it was a very trippy place, and I mean trippy in the absolute trippiest sense of the word. It was like an LSD trip. It was it was all 70s. Well, this was the 70s.
Yeah,
but it was late 70s. And Sly Stone was a huge part of that studio. He had his own room that was like black walls and I think it was like a hot pink velvet round bed in one room with recording ability in that room. There was jacuzzi in there. There was a full kitchen. There was all this intricate wood paneling on the sides of the walls and the walls were wavy, like, whoa, like you're in a Alice in Wonderland or something.
Yeah.
It was a very, very trippy studio and a great experience, and we stayed in the house like we always did. And that was also kind of San Francisco hippie-like, which is part of their culture, and still is.
Yeah.
But so that was absolute great experience, a hysterical experience. I think Bob Johnston was the producer, and he had done Bob Dylan, and he was very free and kind of rather unstructured. And when I got in there to do my parts, everybody be in the studio, the vocals going down, right? Everybody comes and shows up for the vocal. And I'd be doing the end, where I'm vamping and riffing and all that stuff and trying to, outdo myself. Right. And they're all in there just having a party, and I was enjoying myself, do it again. Yeah, sure. Whatever. And, they just kept that, we just do it over and over and over and over and over. Everybody was partying. I do believe Sly, came to the studio one night, but I think I can't really remember, but we weren't supposed to talk to him. We were instructed, like, hey, you got to chill, you got to stand back. Anyway, right. So that was that album, and we did tour. We toured, as soon as we got done with the album, we just started a tour. I think it was a spring release, a fall, winter recording, spring release. And we went on tour. Oh, yeah. We did the sitting right here looking at me, A Star Is Born. We did the Star Is Born concert was our first. That was my first concert, and there were over 100,000 people at that thing. And we were the first band on the stage. And the promoter, what was it, Billy Graham? Is it Billy Graham? Am I getting the names right?
That sounds right in the 70s, yeah.
Oh, man, Bill Graham. He literally had his hand up looking at me, you know, his eye on his watch, and he goes, 7:30, go. Boom, just like that, right on time. And that was very exciting to see him work and kind of get to speak to him a little bit. And then we did this promo thing with Barbra Streisand coming backstage, and our production company knew her, and this is how we got into those. That's how we got the tie-in. That's how we got the later
the song
off of the second LA Jets album, that song in that movie that she sang. That's how that happened, because production company knew her. Anyway, so we did this big old tour, and I don't think we played for monstrous crowds at that time, but they were big. They were big crowds. I mean, it wasn't like the second band, you know, the 1994 band. We really played some, 20,000 people like every night. And so this was a little bit smaller maybe, but anyway, then we went on and they shipped us off to Bearsville. You're either on tour or you're in the studio. You know, the money's got to go somewhere purposeful. So you can't just sit around,
When you're signed by the record company, they got you working, or you owe them a couple deals?
You owe them a little bit, yeah. So you're working. Chris, I don't know any of that stuff. I didn't really pay attention to any of that stuff. I was happy to get a per diem of, like $125 a week, and later I would blow all my money on which was like nothing. I mean, you're getting paid. Well, I wouldn't mind being paid $350 right now and a per diem. Yeah. So I ate on the per diem, which would be like $125 a week. I would eat on the per diem, and I would buy shoes with the money. I buy a pair of boots every week. Anyway, let's not talk about my foibles yet. Anyway, so we went in the studio, Woodstock, and we were at Bearsville. That was also a great experience. And we did a second album, but apparently money had kind of gotten spent not right, so which we had nothing to do with. Production company was in charge, but we sort of got called on the carpet. I think I talked to you about that. Anyway, and then John Destel and I, the drummer, and a couple band members went on and formed 1994, and we got, went in the studio and sang in Jack Douglas's face for an audition. And so then we did 1994, and we got to tour with Aerosmith and Cheap Trick, and did all kinds of great stuff, recording with Jack at another record plant in New York City. Wonderful, wonderful experience. New York City became our home and remained my home for several years. And then we went out to L.A. after a big, summer tours, which there's tons and tons of fun stories.
And you were really young. We're talking 20s.
Well, I was 20 when we were signed to LA Jets. So now I was old. I was like 24, I think.
24?
22. No, I remember 22 years old that we were in New York City trying to get another deal. So that must have been about when 1994 got signed.
But 81, 82, I think, something like that.
No, wait. No, because that was Girls' Night Out in the 80s. Oh. So this was, I'll tell you exactly, 1977.
Wow, I love it.
We were in Caribou Ranch trying to come up with another album, second album, in 1977. So we had gone from 1975 to 76, being on tour. 1977, we were in Bearsville, Woodstock, and then the spring of must have been 77. I remember being in New York, kind of pounding the pavement and being pretty destitute, pretty desperate for, really, really working hard to get a deal.